Hi there, this is a demon drawing I inked in a previous video. I've rubbed out all the pencil lines and we're going to start to colour it. I'm going to use my trusty Crayola Twistable pencils. There's quite a few colours there to choose from, and we're going to just try and colour it quite good, hopefully. Here goes. And so I've got a dark brown colouring pencil. Just go over the certain lines here and there, just to create a suggestion of form and depth. You can, this will be like pretty much the darkest colour I'll ever apply to this anyway, so it just helps to lay maybe the darkest colours first. And remember, tone within tone areas which haven't been inked usually works quite good as well, so that's why I do this. It helps to create more surface blending, which looks quite effective. I'll just try and go over maybe all the lines here and there, because in between it's going to be, since it's a demon, I'm going to do like hellfire colours yet again, which should be good. They're always good to blend. Remember to try and trail off, so you press down hard and then you shade off to the end, and that usually has quite a nice effect. Just be fairly sketchy about it at the moment, because being too precise with colouring pencils is not really the right approach, because when you come to add other colours, they'll fill in the gaps and help make like a blended skin tone or whatever you want. I'll just do a bit at the top just to help it. Now we'll get it. There it is. Got a red. These are Crayola Twistables. They're just easy to use. So you can go over some of them areas, and it'll already, you can see it starts to just about blend, and it just helps when you're doing it this way. And now start to fill in more of the areas that have left white. Just try and blend it all through, not pressing too hard. And you do this over all the brown areas that you've coloured. A few extra areas here and there, just to just to see what you can make of it. Obviously after the red you'll go over it with an orange, just to smooth out the colours, well, smooth out these two colours and the orange together. It's a perfect blending colour. So just loosely go over this, some of the areas. You'd have to go too precise. I was starting to get a bit precise then, but just sketch over it really, quite quickly. And these Crayola products, like, they're fairly cheap. You don't need really expensive pencil crayons and things like that, unless you want to buy them, sorts of things. But to start off with, Crayola and cheaper art products are preferred. Just fill in these areas, like I said. And last of all, this bottom part. Few areas I've missed. Right, now you take your orange and you do the same. Seems like a lot of work, but you just go over certain areas there and you try with the orange to fill in more of the white space in between. Not completely, just like before. Just try and go slightly over and leave like white bits in between, because when you go over the whole lot hard with the yellow, it'll look fairly effective. As you can see there, it's blending quite nice. I mean, obviously if you had the time and you had loads of different variations of colour, with some packs of the Crayola pencil crayons, they have like in between shades of brown and all sorts. So if you had all them, you could layer it up in lots of different shades, and that'll look even more effective. But I'm just using the 4-colour approach to this type of blending technique. Doesn't matter if you go over, because you can sort that out at a later stage. But you can see how I'm blending this together. I'm leaving small random white areas which will be filled with yellow, so it'll look quite good once I've finished. See, getting there. Just this final top bit. Oh, and then there's the chin part, nearly forgot. Just go on the outside of that lightly. bit on the inside there. Any little areas of mist there, that's near enough done. And just this last bit. Well, the paper I'm using is a lightweight cartridge paper. That's why if I look closely, you'll see the little bits in between. You can use any sort of paper that you want. Some printing paper is okay, but some, when you actually apply pencil crayons to it, it doesn't look right. It's like it's got a waxy coating to the paper surface, and it doesn't really show up that good, or it looks, you know, just not very good really. But there we go, we've got the orange, you know, in there, and as you can see, we've left these areas which we can now add in with the yellow, and you can pretty much press quite hard if you want. You can see them whiter areas becoming more yellow, and really press quite hard actually, and it'll start to blend everything together. See that effect, and it looks quite, you know, I mean, I've used this technique loads of times because I like using it actually. It's a good blending technique to create fire and all sorts of flame effects, you know. I'll probably do a further video where I'll probably colour in some flame. I've probably done one on my other channel, I think when I did the goat demon. But I did that with Crayola super tip art markers, but the effect is still the same, you know, with whatever you use. But you can't beat the, you know, pencil crayons and these twistables. Any areas that you missed, just go over them, but try and get, you know, most of the main areas done first. You can go over them another time, you know, some of the areas you've missed. So start going over this area now. Remember, press as hard as you can to fill all them gaps. Finger click then. Just finish up the last areas now of this colour. Do the bottom half like that. And there's the main colour of this demon. Obviously there's a few areas which you can still go back over, but we won't bother with that now, we'll just leave it as that. And you can colour this tongue in, you know, like a red, or if that's blood, or is it going to be like slime or something, or it's totally up to you, you know. But that's how you do, you know, a blend in with 4 coloured pencils.